Hey guys, welcome back and happy holidays to everyone. Hope everybody had a really happy Christmas and hope you didn't party too hardy on New Year's. uh, kind of busy this holiday, a little bit laid back, which was our choice. We just kind of want to do a little stress free, with everything happening with the family, and enjoyed getting to be together. And then my wife and I got to have a day yesterday. We got to go out and have a bite to eat and hit a couple antique shops and a mini mall and some other stuff. And went to Michael's because I like that place. And unfortunately, we had to go to Walmart, and I hate Walmart, but I had to get myself some stuff for work. So I took care of that, but we had a nice time. So I just want to show some stuff. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to our good friend, Steve, Charlton66. He bequeathed to me on Christmas a holiday AOK. Very generous guy. Everybody knows Steve, just a great individual, very knowledgeable, great collector, got great stuff in his collection, just outstanding. And he's one of the most generous people and nicest people that I know in this community. And there are lots of great people in this community. But he just says, "Hey man," said, "I'm not sure I have your address. Could you send me your address?" Next thing you know, a few days later, these came in the mail, and I don't have many Dell comics, so this was a big treat. So he sent me a Walt Disney's Christmas Parade #7. Great cover on this one, and this was a 100 pager. Steve knows my fondness for square-bound books and especially 100 pagers, and Dell was actually, I guess, probably the first comic company. Well, maybe DC had some early in the 40s, but they're the one of the first had like the square-bound 100 pagers. So got some great Walt Disney goodness there. It just brought back a lot of great memories of Christmases when I was a kid. We always had Walt Disney books, not comics, but books my mom and dad had. They would read us stories, and we watched The Wonderful World of Disney. So really, really nice. And the other one he sent me, another Dell Giant 100 pager, Walt Disney's Donald Duck Merry Christmas, Dell Giant #53 from 1961. As Higgy would say, this is another fatty. Great. Really happy to have these to collection. These will go on my display shelf. So thank you, Steve, very, very much. Appreciate you, brother. And hope you and your wife had a Merry Christmas and really cherish these. Steve's got his stamp on the back, as a lot of us have now. So really happy to have these. And thanks again to Steve. Appreciate you, buddy. Went to an antique place in the next town over, still in the same county, and I think I maybe had been there years ago. But my son had went a couple times and took my granddaughter, and he was like taking these pictures. Somebody had a booth that had a lot of action figures and toys and some comics. So oh, that looks interesting. So we kind of meandered around in there a little bit, and I think I finally found the booth. But it was so had lots of wasn't real high grade stuff, but had a lot of Silver Age like Superman related titles and World's Finest, Silver Age, and they were kind of like mid grade to lower. I have to show you something here. They weren't in boxes, and they were just kind of like laying angled on a shelf. Some of them had no bags or boards, and the ones that did have boards only had half boards. so, so I guess I don't know if he was just trying to save money or what, but you get two of these, put them together, and you got one comic board. So I don't know what the purpose of that was. But anyway, had some really cool books, and I pulled out about 7 or 8, and pulled out another magazine from another booth. First one I found was Amazing Heroes #141 from 1988. I've rebagged all these obviously because, like I say, most of them look like this. So you never know what you're going to find in an antique store, right? Uh, so pull this out. I always liked Amazing Heroes. I used to have a bigger collection of them than I have now, but it's really nice. This kind of focuses on the female creators, which we've got a lot of great female comic creators now, putting out great stuff, and in the past put out great stuff. And here's all the stuff from the one booth. Obviously, I rebagged all these already, but these were anywhere from like $3 to $7. Like I say, they're not near mint or anything, but they're complete. They don't look too bad. And these are ones that I didn't have in my collection. So we got Lois Lane, number 131. I'm a sucker for any DC 20 center, especially ones I don't have. And here's number 126. I think these are probably, looks like Bob Oskner covers. I didn't research it, but it looks like his art. Lois has always got some kind of shenanigans going on. And here's a nice one. Not sure. Maybe it looks like, I don't know, Murphy Anderson and Vince Coletta, maybe. Kind of see Coletta's hand in this, but here's a 48-page giant for 25 cents, number 117. I love this 48, 52-page giant era. I know my friend Rod and our friend Eric is also a big fan of this era, 1971. And you got Rose and the Thorn, and you also have a Golden Age story, Lady Danger, by art by Carmine Infantino. So very cool. And here we have Lois Lane 87 with a great Neil Adams cover. Like I say, these are all like $3 to $7, $8 maybe. So not a bad deal at all on some of these. I'll pick up any Neil Adams cover, just like I'll pick up any Joe Kubert cover. Here we have 80-page giant G39, also Lois Lane number 77. This is kind of rough shape, but still pretty complete. Looks like a Kurt Schaffenberger cover. You gotta love these 80-page giants, man. Lots and lots of fun reading here. And we got Super Friends number 43. This was one I needed for my run, closing in on this one. And also got a backup feature, Plastic Man by Joe Staton and Bob Smith. Big Joe Staton fan. And I always love the Super Friends cartoon and the book. Here we have a Silver Age World's Finest, number 151. There's Superman and Batman. I think every other issue they were mutated in some way back then. But cool stuff. And also got a Congorilla backup story in this one. So lots of fun here. And last book, but not least, certainly a really nice copy. Probably, I would call this a fine, maybe fine plus. Action Comics 367 with another nice Neil Adams cover. Happy to find that one. And book-wise, this is the last thing. I'd pre-ordered some stuff from Tomorrow's, and I saw this and I had to have it. I have some more stuff coming later on, but this is back issue number 164. This is the Alien Invasion issue. And this takes, this is from a cover, I'm thinking this is Brian Baldwin did this cover. It was around maybe 210, 211, 212 with Justice League. So, could be wrong on the numbering. I hadn't read a lot of the later issues in that run, but this has got some great stuff in it. Actually, it got one of my favorite Bronze Age. Got some stuff on Aliens from Dark Horse. Also, let me find it here. Lots of Aliens and Predator stuff. I think Dark Horse did a real fine job with those franchises. And get to one of my favorite Bronze Age DC titles, DC Superstars. I think my friends Rod and Eric are probably interested in this article. I was always a big fan of the DC Superstars of Space. I had a pile of these I just filed away today. They were multiples, that old multiple copy sickness kicking in there. So two of my favorite issues of that. I probably got 4 or 5 of number 2 here. That great Ernie Chan cover reprints the first Atomic Knights. You got Adam Strange and Hawkman. I mean, what else do you want, right? More of the same. Strange Sports Stories, Star Hunters. You got the first appearance of Helena Wayne, aka Huntress. So a great article on a really cool series. Have an article on Alien Legion, if you remember that one from Marvel. The Epic line. Great art in that one. And an article on Starro the Conqueror. Lots of great Starro stuff in here. Oh, I think it was like 189 and 190 was like the Starro story with the Brian Bolland covers. I think Rich Buckler did the art. Yeah, it was issue 190. Is where they took this cover from. Lots of great stuff. You even got Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew going up against Starro. So lots of great stuff there. What else we got? DR and Quenched. Remember that? I think it's Alan Davis on the art. Yeah. So fun stuff there. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of this Tomorrow stuff. I used to have a probably 3 or 4 times I had a subscription to this, and I just let it lapse, and then regretted it later because some of those issues I would have really liked I wasn't able to find, or they were outrageous in price. So good stuff. Also, I think we went to the mini mall after the antique shop, but at the mini mall, my wife found this. I'm a big fan of the BC comic strip. I got some glasses, I got books, I got some shirts. But this is a little ceramic coffee cup. I don't know if you can see this, but it's grog. It's kind of hard to tell. You got his bottom of his jawline there and the big nose. Then got grog on the other side. And she asked me, she found it, said, "Oh, this is great, I said, "Do you already have one of those?" And I know I had some clear BC glasses that I got from Hardee's and other places. I said, "Don't you have?" And I didn't remember, but I did already have this one. So multiple copy sickness goes in every direction, my friends. It is a real thing. And last but not least, I've always wanted a Plastic Man action figure or figurine. This one wasn't in a blister pack or anything, but I thought it was kind of cool for just a few bucks. So I think this is probably based on the animated Justice League, but really a cool figure. And a big Plastic Man fan. So guys, like I say, hope everybody's having a great weekend and have had time to enjoy your family and enjoy the holidays. Thank you again to Steve for sending that great AOK. And so we will bid you adieu. And as Plastic Man says, onward and upward.